We're doing another what I eat in a day, all high protein vegan meals, and it's gonna be intuitive eating style, following along with the guidelines that I put in my Eating for Fat Loss video. And if you haven't seen that video, it's basically just a nutrition 101 informational video that will tell you basically how I eat every single day without having to plan your meals, calorie count your macros, any of that stuff to get all of the nutrients that you need in a day. So don't forget to check out that video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and let's jump in. I am finishing up my morning workout and I mixed some smooth vanilla with PB Fit protein powder, a little bit of nut milk and water. And then I'm just gonna have this to hold me over until I get the dogs out, and then I can have breakfast after that. Step one of the day. And this is nut milk right here. So I always get Oatly and I always get full fat. I got whole milk. I always get the fatty versions of milk because they simply taste better. This is the list of ingredients. It's got such an interesting list of ingredients. It's got pineapple juice, cabbage juice, and then it has the typical micronutrients in here, vitamin D, calcium, and vitamin B12. And I think it tastes really good. First meal of the day, I made some steel cut oats with flaxseed, which is why it's so thick. Added a banana, and then I warmed up some blueberries and raspberries, adding that in. I love this part. I really love this Kite Hill Greek style yogurt. It doesn't taste exactly like dairy Greek yogurt, but it's really thick and creamy. And I got some oats in there. Oops. Gonna add on some of these coconut chunks. The colors outside are just so much nicer. But I love the berry juice, so these are just frozen berries, and then I just like to do a light little mix. And I just love this combo. It's kind of like a healthy berry pie. I mean, seriously, if you like pie, especially berry pie, you cannot go wrong with this. Just eat this instead. It's so worth it. And you feel good without all that added processed sugar or refined sugar. Next up, gonna try to make a nut and seed bar. So I'm gonna use pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, Brazil nuts, peanuts, and hemp seeds with a little salt and maple syrup. So this is kind of the recipe I'm adapting it from. It's called Sweet and Salty Nut Clusters, but I'm using a lot of seeds really, but this is from beamingbaker.com. So I'm just gonna kind of go off this, but just do a half batch just to test. Because instead of almond flour, I'm gonna use this natural protein for some higher protein content. And I'm just gonna see how it works. Okay, I'm actually just gonna do kind of a third batch instead. So I'm just using a 1/4 cup to measure. Honestly, I think this would make a killer granola, a grain-free granola. I can see these clumping up and becoming yummy, yummy cereal. Okay, let's bake it. They're supposed to be clusters, but I really want them to be bars. I have a feeling they're gonna fall apart because this is very, especially over here, it's a little flimsy, but we're gonna try. And then the key is don't touch them the minute they get out of the oven. They need to cool. Okay, look at it. So pretty. So I only did 300 degrees in the air fryer and only for 14 minutes. So it's just less than what the recipe said because the air fryer just cooks things so much faster. I got an apple and a clementine. So it tastes good. It's really mild in flavor. I think the batter actually tasted better before it was cooked. But this is good and it would make a nice cereal, I think. One thing that I love about super high protein tofu, besides the fact that it has so much protein in it per serving, you don't have to press this tofu. You squeeze it a little bit, all this little tiny amount of water that's in here comes out, and then these pieces of tofu are so thick. This entire package has 70 grams of protein. It fits in the palm of my hand. 70 grams of protein. I could eat this entire package easy. So the only thing that I'm using as a dressing is gonna be this Primal Kitchen buffalo sauce. I probably honestly will end up using a few tablespoons, but this is it. This is the only thing that I'm gonna be adding on top of this salad. I added that to the tofu, and then I'm gonna use the remnants of this and toss the kale. So let's run through the ingredients. I've got some baby kale, some corn, which I gotta cook because it's frozen. I have these black beans that I got from Whole Foods. They are not just black beans. They actually have kind of a lot of other things. But I drain it, rinse it, and they're really, really good. Okay, and then I've got some red onion, which I may not use all that. It's kind of a lot. Some grape tomatoes sliced up. And that's it. Super, super simple. Kind of look like French fries. Just for the heck of it, I'm gonna toss this in some nutritional yeast. So I do not normally add nutritional yeast to this. I do not know how that's gonna taste with buffalo. Should be fine. Cooked up some of the corn on my cast iron without any oil or nothing. A drizzle more of this buffalo sauce. Wow, what a killer dish. I feel like I'm just nailing food these days. I highly recommend adding the nutritional yeast to the tofu. That kicked it up a notch. It's just so much better than I've made it before.